Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and you guys already know the towel was on my head, just took a shower, washed my hair, it's about to go down. So in today's video, I'm kind of excited to try this product out. Just so you guys know, I never tried out their face product before, but we're going to be trying out the e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer. I don't know why I'm so excited to try this, but I just am. And believe it or not, I haven't tried the face one yet, even though it's supposed to be a good dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So we're going to be trying out the eye primer, see how it goes. I haven't worn any eyeshadow in a while, so this is going to be a good time. And going to do a wear test as well, of course. But before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to my channel and ring that bell so you're notified when I do upload a new video. And don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you ever tried this primer or their other face primers, their putty primers, and if you liked them. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram handle right there. And let's get started with the video. Okay, you guys, so I am excited to try this. I got this at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I believe you could get it at Walmart as well. I was just at Shoppers and I was just browsing the aisles. I was like, you know what? Let's give this a go. I kind of need a good eye primer. I was leaning towards either this or the MAC Paint Pot. So this retails for $12.99, so $13 at Shoppers Drug Mart. And again, if you find it at Walmart, I'm pretty sure it'll be cheaper, maybe 10 bucks or so, or maybe cheaper. So for that, you do get 0.19 fluid ounces, and this is in the shade Cream. Now they do have other shades as well. Shoppers Drug Mart didn't have any available. They only had the shade Cream. But I know there's obviously this one, there's the white one, there's the black one, and I believe there's 2 or 3 other shades in there as well. More skin tone shades. And the black one, I'm pretty sure, is if you want to do like a black smoky eye look, and the white just so you can have your colors pop, basically, right? So it's nice that they have other shades depending on your skin color or depending on the eye look that you want to do. So this is supposed to be a moisturizing eye primer that's designed to help depth the look of your eyeshadow and keep it on for 12 hours of crease-proof wear. This is a unique creamy formula with a matte finish of 12 hours of smudge-proof wear time. Delivers a boost of moisture to your eyelids. Can be worn alone or under eyeshadow to rev up intensity. So hopefully this, you know, holds up my eyeshadows and everything. Never really tried drugstore eye primers before. I've used the Too Faced, I think it was the Shadow Insurance eyeshadow primer a long time ago, and I used something after that, but I don't remember what it is. And then I used the P. Louise, and then I think it was the Urban Decay that I used, and I believe that was it. So we're obviously going to do eyeshadow today, and then we're still going to keep with the theme of e.l.f. So we're going to go in with their eyeshadow palette. This is the What Are You? This is in Nude Mood. This is the Mad for Matte palette. This retailed for I think $10.99. So we are gonna try both of them out, but of course the main focus is the primer, obviously. So I'm gonna scoot you guys in so you can have a more in-depth look of what's going on. So yeah. Okay, so I scooched you guys in. Here is what it looks like. There's no smell to it. So I'm just gonna go in with my Sailor Moon brush. So just any flat brush right there and pick up the product. I need to grab my little Sephora mirror. I wonder if this is better if I should just use my finger or a brush. I think the brush is still doing the job. Okay, we'll stick to the brush. Or maybe I'll do one side brush, one side finger, see how that feels. So it looks quite drying, but it's a putty, so I guess it's supposed to look like that. But yeah, it looks quite dry right off the bat, like it's kind of clinging on to each other. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the finger. I'm gonna go in with my ring finger, and initial touch, it's quite hard. It's not creamy at all, so I guess you really have to really warm this up in order for it to be creamy. So I guess finger would be the best bet. Okay, so it's applying a little bit better. A little bit more even now. Right, so I'm going to even out this side a little bit because it definitely clinged on to some dry spots. All right, so I mean, initial application, it's quite drying, so I guess it's a thing. I don't know. So we're gonna do something very simple today. I'm not gonna go crazy. I don't think there's any shade names to any of these, so yeah, there's no shade names. So the 4th shade in, we're just gonna go with that. So we're gonna apply that to the whole eyelid area just to set everything. So I just grabbed a fluffy brush and just work it. Okay, so initially the eyeshadow, it's laying on smoothly. It's not skipping or anything, which is great. I feel like this side is a little bit more pigmented than it is on this side. So I'm gonna go in with another brush just to blend that even further. All right, I'm gonna take a flat, fluffy brush and I'm just gonna dunk in probably this shade right here, just next to it. We're gonna go on to the tip, just a couple of dunks, and we're just gonna go right above, just slightly above our crease, just so it can give that definition. And we're gonna blend that out later. We're basically applying that to the hollows of the eye socket. So now I'm gonna be taking a Sigma brush. This is like the tapered brush. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, just right next to our initial base shade. Just gonna dunk it off to the side, onto the side there, and blend the rest of that out in circular motions, and then taper that out. So the shadows itself aren't really giving me like intensity, but of course we shall see if the putty primer even helps it last all day or not. So we're gonna dunk it in again and blend this side. Again, it's blending the shadows out very nicely, and even with the eyeshadows, they're doing pretty good. Okay, so I do want to deepen out the outer V a little bit, so I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M456 brush, and I think we should go in, that's a tough decision. Probably we'll go into this chocolate shade right here and give it a couple of dunks, and ever so lightly, we're going to just slightly deepen that a little bit. Yeah. Just so when we put on the lashes, it'll look more smoky. So we're just going to fluff it up right into the crease there. So the shadows are blending very nicely, and despite the putty primer like looking dry as heck for initial application, it actually is working quite well so far. I wouldn't give it like an amazing, like, oh my gosh, this is like the best thing ever, but it's doing what it says it's doing. So I'm just gonna go in with a fluffy brush and go in that the lightest shade in there, and just blend everything out. Remove any harsh lines and just blend all that out. So right now I'm gonna go into the Wet n Wild color icon palette and grab one of these shimmer shades. I might go with this one. So this is more like a rose gold. Yeah, I feel kind of like bronzy today, so we're gonna go with this top one right here. It doesn't really say the shade name, so we're just going in with that middle shade, and then we're just gonna tap that color right in the center of the lids right there. I still gotta do my eyeliner, by the way. So it's grabbing on quite nicely, and it does look like it's giving the color intensity there. I don't think it's like wow or anything like that. Like, it's not the greatest, but I mean, it's holding on to the color at least. So it's 1:30 right now, and of course we're gonna see how this wears, obviously. I gotta head to, where am I? Where do I gotta go? I gotta go get some gas because gas is getting really expensive right now and I need to fill up my tank. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M124 brush and to help get into the inner corners there, because there's no way my fingers can get in there. So I need a bit of assistance. Okay, so initial thoughts. It definitely picked up the product just fine. It's not patchy or anything, even though I figured that this side was going to look a little bit more patchy because how I initially applied it. But it's actually not that bad. We'll see how it is. Other than that, the rest of my eye looks pretty good. Obviously, I have to do my eyeliner and everything, but I'm going to do that off camera, do the rest of my face, and take you guys with me throughout the day, obviously. But again, no patchiness. The eyeshadows are looking good. I think I should just zhuzh it up a little bit. Just on the outer edge here, just a bit of a clean up. But other than that, like, it's performing just fine. In terms of 12 hours, I'm not going to be sure if it's going to hold up for that long because I might not be out for that long. But we'll see a good, decent wear time. I don't hate it so far, but again, we shall see if there's any creasing or anything that's involved, and I will let you guys know. But in the meantime, I'm gonna finish this off, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so right now is 5:30. I've had this on for about 4 hours now, and as you can see, the towel is no longer on my head. I finished the rest of my face, obviously, and now I'm putting on some earrings. We're gonna take a closer look at the eyeshadow, which, by the way, I'm kind of liking my eyes a little bit today. I don't normally wear eyeshadows because I normally just put an eyeliner, mascara, like do the rest of my face minus the eyeshadow and just get out of the house because it takes extra time for me to obviously do eyeshadow, and I'm sure everyone else is on the same boat for that. So in regards with the primer, it's holding on to the color quite well. There is no creasing, which is good. And yeah, I mean, for 4 hours, like, I don't really expect too much of it. We'll see how it is, probably maybe 10, 11, another 5, 6 hours to see how the shadows are like. Like, when I first applied, I didn't really feel like it was intense anyways, but then again, it could just been the eyeshadows themselves. But at least it didn't skip or patchy or anything. Like, they are pigmented. They are quite buildable. So there's nothing like crazy going on with my eyes or anything like that, but pretty good. I have no complaints right now. So I'll see you guys in the next several hours just to revisit how the eyeshadow is, how my eyes are, and yeah, it has been a long day. And this is my final check-in, and ow, that scalp really hurts. All right, so right now it is 10:10. Okay, it's 10:10. It's been about 5 hours or so since my last check-in with you guys, and I must say, I don't hate this. I really don't. I really had some doubts that I wouldn't like it because of the initial application. One with the brush and even with my finger. It was better with the finger than it is with the brush. But even then, I was just like, I don't know how it's gonna perform. So the shade Cream, it was a little bit too light for my skin tone, just to have like just an all over lid color. But if I put that on and then have a skin tone eyeshadow to place on top of that, I think I can make that work. The shadows definitely held out throughout the day. The shimmers are still definitely there. Nothing creased, which is really good. They did claim that it wasn't going to be, there would be no crease there, which, yeah, there's no creases. The shadow stayed in place. There was no fading. It didn't budge. On either side. It's still pretty good. And again, I was very doubtful of this because it attached itself to like some dry parts. It was kind of patchy and I didn't think it was really going to perform well, and if that doesn't perform well, then obviously the eyeshadow wouldn't perform well. But again, however, the eyeshadow, when I applied it, it still went on really nice. There was no tug. Everything was smooth. I have no complaints about it at all. I am quite surprised of how much I actually like this. Again, I do advise that you use your finger over a brush, only because your finger warms up the product and you'll be able to apply it a lot better. Unless you use like the hair dryer to warm it up, and then you can use a brush already. And reason being why I believe this works so well, because there is some tackiness to it as well. So it grips the eyeshadow very nicely, but not to where it will perform where it's patchy, it'll just cling on and everything like that. It's still blended out very, very beautifully. So I really, really like that. I'm quite surprised by it as well for a drugstore product, actually. In summary, I definitely approve of the e.l.f. Eye Putty Primer. I definitely approve of it. I was kind of weary at the beginning, but now I'm kind of on board. It's actually quite nice for a drugstore eye primer, because I didn't really think like drugstore eye primers really work that well. But e.l.f., you did a pretty good job. You did good. I like it. So anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. But before you leave, make sure you check out these other 2 videos right here if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!